Oh boy, this weather pattern. Another major heat wave is going to develop over the plains in the next 10 days while the current heat wave shifts west over the southwest and western United States, where it's going to be impacting in California and the southwest. A lot to talk about today. The pattern is right on schedule. Let me show you and share the LRC with you as we look ahead in this in-depth Weather 2020 Intelligence Report. I'm meteorologist Gary Lezak with Weather 2020. All right, let me take this full screen and show you what we're talking about today. Heat waves, cool spells, and the pattern ahead. The July 28th Weather 2020 Intelligence Report. You see this here? This is the forecast for not recently or in the near future for August 8th, 9th, 10th time frame. That's when our predicted heat wave, the big one, is likely. The atmospheric jigsaw. You've heard about the super El Nino forming. A super El Nino is developing. A strong one is forming right now. And it was a La Nina last fall, and yet the pattern is still the same. And that's why we say the LRC is the centerpiece of the big atmospheric jigsaw. These others are influences, and they are important. But the pattern is right on schedule from last fall, and yet we've gone through a major ENSO change and other change. At the FarmCon conference and in our December 21st Weather 2020 Intelligence Report, we predicted this heat wave for late July and early August. It already has happened, but there's a second one coming, all right? I said, take a picture of this, and you'll say, holy moly, you got it right. And we did. Why? How? How is that possible? Look at this. Now look closely. If you're brand new to the LRC, what are you looking at here? All right? You're looking at feature number one, the Anticyclone, a heat wave creating machine, but that's on May 13th. It's down here. There's a little system coming into the west coast and a little system over the Great Lakes, a very strong one actually. You can see the ridge that extends all the way up here. Now watch. There is July 26th in cycle 4 of this year's pattern. Cycle 3, cycle 4. What happens in July? The jet stream lifts north. So features 2 and 3, all they did was lift north. There they are. See that? The same pattern in May and July, about 74 days apart. So let me come back out here and explain this to you again as we take this full screen from the beginning here. So again, as you can see here, now go back to December. The same pattern cycled through in December, and there were 3 warm waves, including a big one over the holidays. And that big one over the holidays is the one we predicted to return around August 8th, 9th, 10th. So let's see if that happens. We'll be talking about that next week. What has been happening? Look at the percentage of average rainfall from June 1st to July 28th. Dry in California, you don't get much rain out there anyway at this time of the year, and so, but you should get 1/100th of an inch. That would be about average in some spots. And it's been somewhat dry over North Dakota and South Dakota. A little wetter over Wyoming and Nebraska. Finally, you got some timely rain. Look at that. Finally. All right, a little bit too late, but you did get enough. All you need is a little bit right out here. And then Colorado stays dry. This Anchor Ridge is real. It's been wet in Texas, but there is what's happened since June 1st. All right? So, same thing for here. You can see right in here, we've had warmer than average over most of the nation. A couple cool pockets, a cooler than average summer in Kansas City, but right near average, really. So there is what's been happening. Now, what is going to happen? Look at this. This is the forecast for Thursday night, coming up in a couple nights. I'm recording this on Tuesday. A little cyclone develops, a low pressure area, a warm front, a cold front. Look at that. Thunderstorms will be developing, and they may very well blast right into Kansas City Thursday night and Friday morning. Something to watch. But then this storm, with this cooler air behind it, shifts to the east over Illinois. Could be some more severe weather there. By the way, they had an EF3 tornado between Milwaukee and Chicago. It's crazy. A couple big tornadoes yesterday. And then this will be a cold front with cooler air coming in. Right on schedule. Where's that holiday heat wave coming? Well, it's coming after this goes by. And rainfall-wise, you can sort of see the anticyclonic formation of the rainfall that shows up. So the anticyclone is affecting it. Here's that summer monsoon trying to bring some rain into Arizona, Nevada, and Utah, where there's been some flooding. For Kansas, a struggle in some spots in Kansas and Oklahoma, but Kansas City might get into this. Council Bluffs and Omaha really needs the rain, and there's going to be some chances here in the next 15 days, as you can see. I saw a misspelling up there. I'll have to work on that. The anticyclone. Look at this. Look at this. Here it is today. Big upper level high over New Mexico. It shifts west. Okay, these monsoon disturbances will get cut off from the west as the upper high, the anticyclone, shifts back towards near Las Vegas. This is going to produce 120-degree heat out west. All right, and there's that summer upper level storm system we talked about, and the jet stream to the north. Then by August 8th, that anticyclone shifts back out over Kansas, and this is when the heat builds in, and a signature system comes into the west that we tracked in each cycle of this year's pattern. And then look at this disturbance. Here's the flow around that anticyclone. A little tropical disturbance could bring some thunderstorms to Los Angeles around August 8th or 9th. So we'll see about that. Whoa, look at this heat. Again, this is August 8th. 110 degrees, 114 degrees. It's not out of the question. And even 101 in Kansas City. So here comes the strongest heat wave of the summer, and then that might be it. Because by the time this pattern returns, it'll be next year's pattern. But there is the forecast for August 8th. The LRC, the only methodology in the world that uses weather cycles, okay? Our weather predictor using weather cycles, the LRC model. Well, here is the forecast made actually last December, updated in May for this August 1st to 15th time frame. And you can see the heat centered right in here over Nebraska, Colorado, and near average temperatures in the east, but warmer than average over most of the nation. As we look at Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, the outlook from mid-August to September 30th as we move into harvest, above average rainfall expected near Kansas City, eastern Kansas, western Missouri, into Iowa, with below average rainfall returning to the panhandle of Nebraska. And then week by week for that region, a drier week, August 15th, a wet week, August 22nd. As we go into the end of August, a drier week, then a wetter week, then 2 drier weeks, and then a wetter week. So you can use this for your county and narrow it down and get the forecast. If you're interested in exploring the Weather 2020 Vision Dashboard, contact us and we'll get a hold of you, do a demo for you. hello@weather2020.com. Or if you have any questions at all, comment right here on this report. All right, so there you go. A lot. It takes me like 6-8 hours to do these reports. I just finished. Whew. So as you go read through it, if you have any comments, let me know. Have a great day. We'll have another update as we look at the tropics on Saturday or this weekend. Have a good day.